Let's address the sweaty, sunburnt elephant in the room, shall we? If you're a foreigner riding a scooter in Thailand with no crash helmet, you're not living free, you're not embracing the culture, you're not taking risks like some rugged leather-skinned adventurer from a 90s travel documentary. You're just one pothole away from becoming an inspirational GoFundMe headline. And I'm not even saying this as some preachy health and safety nerd who carries reflective jackets in his backpack and whispers accident statistics into your ear. No, I'm saying this as someone who has watched far too many foreigners in Thailand treat basic road safety like a Western conspiracy. Like the Thai government invented helmets to stop you from reaching spiritual enlightenment or something. It's the same people every time as well. You see them, you always see them. The red-faced bloke with a dehydrated ego, flip-flops and bald shorts, wobbling down the road on a scooter he rented for 200 baht with the confidence of a man who's never faced consequences in his life. No helmet, no insurance, no clue. Just vibes. Every time someone rides past with no helmet, you can practically hear the internal monologue. I don't need one, mate. I'm a good rider. Ah, brilliant. Great news. I didn't realise you were personally protected by your own self-confidence. Because it's not like scooters in Thailand can randomly slide on a patch of sand, a puddle of oil, or the mysterious slick substance that appears on roads here like a cursed skincare product. No, you're a good rider. And as we all know, when a pickup truck blasts through an intersection without looking, or going through a red light, it always stops and goes, hang on, is that foreign bloke a good rider? Oh yeah, I'll carry on then. Behave. Or the other classic, helmets are uncomfortable. Right, because comfort is the main priority while operating a motorbike in 36-degree heat, surrounded by trucks, buses, stray dogs and blokes delivering food while watching TikTok. Heaven forbid your head gets mildly sweaty. Better to keep it cool so it can remain fresh for the hospital floor later. Then you've got, I'm only going a short distance. Oh yeah, the magical short distance bubble. It's a well-known fact that accidents only happen on long journeys. That's why people crash exclusively after the 7th kilometre. First 6 kilometres are protected by road safety spirits. You know what else is a short distance? The distance from your brain to your skull. And yet, if you hit the road at 40 kilometres an hour with no helmet, that distance becomes, let's call it, more open plan. This is the one that makes me want to physically nut a wall. A foreigner pointing at locals and saying, Thais don't wear helmets, so why should I? As if your situation is identical to a 17-year-old Thai boy who's grown up riding scooters since he was in nappies and could drive one-handed while balancing a nice coffee and texting his girlfriend. You, on the other hand, you learned to ride last Tuesday on Koh Samui after 3 Chang beers and a quick YouTube tutorial called Scooter Tips for Beginners. Also, locals not wearing helmets isn't proof it's safe. It's proof humans are humans everywhere. Some Thais don't wear helmets. Some Brits eat kebabs at 2 AM and throw up in bus stops. Neither is a solid argument for anything other than people are stupid sometimes. But you had the option of being smarter. Instead, you chose to cosplay as an invincible island rebel. Let's talk about the look. Because you can always tell who's about to be an absolute muppet on a scooter. Shirtless, obviously. Sunburn, the exact shade of a cooked lobster. Flip-flops, hanging on for dear life. Shorts so small they could legally be classified as optimistic underwear. Backpack with straps flapping around like a parachute. And the most important item, the empty head gleaming proudly in the sunlight. No helmet, because helmets are for tourists. And you're not a tourist, you're a traveller, a digital nomad, citizen of the world. Temporary expat, meaning you're broke but pretending it's a lifestyle choice. So you ride like the universe owes you a smooth ride. And then you act shocked when Thailand's roads behave like Thailand's roads. Some foreigners treat Thai traffic like it's part of the experience, like it's a theme park, like the roads are an interactive cultural attraction. Wow babe, this is so chaotic, I love Thailand. Yeah, it's chaotic. It's chaotic because Thai roads are a mixture of scooters, cars, pickup trucks, buses, stray dogs, random potholes, roadworks with no warning, and 14-year-olds doing wheelies while carrying their little sister. This ain't Disneyland. It's not a Mad Max with palm trees. You can have the best riding skill in the world and still get taken out by a dog darting across the road, a grab driver doing a U-turn from another dimension, or a van cutting you off because he's already late and doesn't care if you're alive. But you lot ride around like the only risk in Thailand is mild diarrhoea. Oh yeah, the poetic ones. They're always very spiritual about it, aren't they? I just love the freedom, the wind, the openness. Mate, you're not in a film. You're on a rented on the click with dodgy brakes and mirrors that show you the past instead of what's behind you. The only thing spiritual about this is how close you are to meeting your ancestors. You want to feel the wind? Great. Stick your head out of a tuk-tuk. Ride a bicycle. Walk. Don't play Russian roulette with your skull because you watch one too many TikToks about living in Thailand like a local. And please don't act like wearing an helmet ruins the vibe. Thailand's got about 90 million scooter helmets in existence. They're everywhere. Even the scooters come with them. You literally have to make an effort to be this irresponsible. It takes commitment. It's not even laziness. It's a lifestyle of poor decisions. Here comes the next excuse. The rental helmet is rubbish. Yeah, sometimes it is. Sometimes it smells like the inside of a wet dog's mouth. Sometimes it's been worn by 4,000 sweaty heads since 2009. Sometimes the strap's missing. Sometimes it's basically a plastic salad bowl with no chin string. And you know what? It's still better than nothing. It's still better than smashing your head on the road and waking up in hospital with your memory reset back to 2016. Also, you're in Thailand. You can buy a cheap helmet. You can buy an helmet in 5 minutes. You can buy an helmet more easily than you can buy a mango. But you won't, because you think you won't crash. This is the key thing. You think no helmet looks cool. You think it makes you look relaxed and fearless. Like one of those travellers from Instagram. Living my best life. But in real life, you don't look like an adventurer. You look like a man who has never had to deal with danger before and has confused ignorance with courage. Because there's nothing cool about brain injuries, nothing sexy about facial reconstruction, nothing free spirit about being flown home with a feeding tube while your mum cries on Facebook asking for donations. That's not living, that's just gambling with your life. This part is my favourite. Because if you take a Brit, an Aussie, an American, any foreigner, and you ask, would you ride a motorbike in London, Sydney, LA with no helmet? They'd say, no, obviously not. So why do it here? And don't give me the Thailand is different rubbish. Yes, Thailand is different. That's the point. Thailand is different because the roads are less predictable. Traffic is wilder. The rules are more like suggestions. And people are operating vehicles with a confidence that should legally require supervision. So in what universe does that add up to? Oh yeah, trying to remove me protective gear. You don't go into a jungle and say, more snakes? Better remove me boots. Then there's the couples. Oh mate, the couples. A foreign bloke with no helmet and behind him his girlfriend, also with no helmet, holding on to him like she's clinging to the last chopper out of Vietnam. Sometimes she's wearing a nice dress and heels as well. Heels? On a scooter? In Thailand? In traffic? I'm not saying Darwin was right about everything, but he had a point. And the funniest part, these are always the same people who are super strict about safety in other ways. They'll only drink filtered water. They won't eat street food because it's risky. They carry hand sanitizer like it's liquid gold. But an helmet? Nah, not needed. Because bacteria is scary. not physics. Here's another thing foreigners don't get. They think nobody enforces it. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes they don't. But other times, they absolutely do. And when they do, you'll be standing there, sweating your nuts off, holding 500 baht in your hand like an idiot, pretending you didn't know helmets are required. And the police officer will just stare at you like, you travelled across the world, but didn't learn the one rule that applies to the vehicle you're riding. And even if you avoid the fine, you can't avoid gravity. Gravity enforces everything. And just in case the whole protect your skull from becoming street pate argument didn't convince you, here's a fun bonus fact for you. Riding without a helmet in Thailand is illegal. Not technically frowned upon, not recommended, not only illegal if you're annoying. It's illegal, which means every time you ride past with your bare head in the sun, you're not some rebel traveller, you're just doing petty crime in flip-flops. And yes, sometimes the police ignore it, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they'll wave you through, sometimes they'll stop you and collect a little donation that magically equals to 500 baht. So not only are you risking your life for the look, for being cool, so yeah, wear the helmet. Because if the road doesn't teach you a lesson, the law might.